This is a HeadGum podcast.
Sometimes when the world feels insane, you can take a little peek inside of Rachel's little brain. All these thoughts are swirling round and round inside. So join us on this journey as we take a little ride. We'll talk about dogs and kids and things. We'll talk about chicks and tampon strings. We'll talk about boys that'll make you cry. We'll talk about death, 'cause people die.
Welcome to Broad Ideas. Why you can't be silent. She's such a jerk sometimes.
I was dancing.
She was dancing, for those who can't see her. I'm in my closet with my many jeans. Anyways, today we have Mayci Neeley. You may know her from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And I'm very excited to talk to her. And so is Olivia, even though she's not talking. Oh my God, I hate when she does this. It's so annoying.
But look what it does to you.
It's really annoying.
It wakes you up, gets your cortisol going.
I'm awake. All right, let's just talk to Mayci.
I'd rather.
She's such an asshole. Thank you so much for being here, Mayci. We're so excited to meet you.
I'm so excited. This is going to be so fun.
So fun. I was catching up on everything you, and wow, what a ride you have had.
Yeah, quite the time, that's for sure.
Yeah, and you're so young. I'm like the life you've lived, Sud. You're so young. It's just,
yeah, I feel like I've lived many lives in my 30 years.
Yeah.
You're 30.
Yeah, I just turned 30 in February.
That's so young.
I know.
I know it doesn't, that's probably annoying to hear because you're like, I'm a grown adult with children and a life and a career. But 30 it's very fresh.
Well, I feel like when I turned 30, I was like, oh my gosh. I almost because it's like a new decade. It almost feels kind of scary. Like I woke up like not happy on my 30th birthday. But like now everyone says like your 30s are the best though. So I'm excited for this new chapter. They said like 30s and 40s, I heard, but I don't know.
Well, we can tell you because we're from the future.
Yeah, what do you think? You tell me.
30s are good, 40s are great.
Okay, that's what I've been hearing too. So I'm like, okay, it's like something to look forward to as well. Because I feel like sometimes like in society, probably I'm on TikTok a lot, everyone's like, oh my gosh, you're born in the 90s, you're so old. I'm like, what? I'm like, stop. People are just like, it's because it's all like the younger Gen Z. And so they're like, you could be my mom. And I'm like, okay. So then it makes me feel older, even though I'm not. But we are.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you are a young mom, and you were a very young mom.
Yes.
With your first child.
Yes. Very young.
And how crazy, because you grew up in Mormon. I mean, you're Mormon.
Yeah.
Like you grew up, and obviously getting pregnant at a young age, I'm sure, was very challenging for many reasons.
Yes, many, many reasons. And I also didn't want to be a mom that young. Like even though like being Mormon, I feel like having a baby at the age that I did, now it's like, I don't want to say fairly normal, but there's people here who do choose to have babies that young, which is kind of crazy to me. But like, I was like, oh, I would love to have a kid at like 28, like when I like get married at like 25, 26, 27, whatever, have a kid at 28. So for me getting pregnant that young, I was like, this is not what I imagined for my future at all.
Yeah.
Well, of course it couldn't be. And then losing the father in the way you did, I'm sure was also not part of your plan.
Oh, definitely not part of the plan. Like I literally felt like I was living in like someone else's life. I was like, this is not the life I expected. Because you kind of, when you're younger, you kind of have like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do this and this and this. And then I'll get married and like all these things. And so I had like kind of a life plan, I guess, in my subconscious that it was not going to plan. And I was like, well, what is happening? You know?
That's one of those things that I think happens to most people at some point in their life where the things you see on the news are no longer just things you see on the news.
Yeah.
Right? And that is one of those moments where you're like, oh, that's not just out there anymore.
Yeah, like it happened to me. Like it
Yeah.
didn't feel real until it all happened to me. And even when my son's father passed away, I was like seeing all the news articles because it was a car crash, and it's like they're just reporting like he's not even like a real human that like meant something to me. Like it's just like, oh, there's a crash. There's gonna be traffic on this route, and I'm like, no, it's a crash because he died. Like, and that person means something to me. So I feel like it was like I don't know, like they kind of like really desensitize it and like what like these are real people that like you care about. So I feel like that was also hard, like seeing all the news on it, and it was like mainly news because there was the crash and like the whole canyon was blocked off, and like yeah, they said like someone died, but I'm like no, that's like my someone. So, like I feel like it was like really hard to like see that because I'm like I don't know, it's just like they report it so nonchalantly that I'm like, wait, like, hello? So, like, I think that was hard. And I was also doing, like, I was in broadcast journalism as my major. So, like, I feel like even more so that, like, kind of deterred me from wanting to do it. I still did it for most of college, but I was like, I don't want to do hard news. Like, that is, like, it's not the most depressing job, but it kind of felt that way because you're always reporting on, like, tragedy and, like, that's what they look for. And so I was like, ugh, it's just a lot, you know?
Yeah. Give us the timeline of events, just for everyone listening who haven't read your book or, you know.
Or watch the show.
Or watch the show, yeah.
Yeah. It was like from college and stuff, like from the beginning of college.
Wherever you want, really. You can take us
through it. It's
It's
your timeline.
Okay. Well, I'll kind of start, like nothing really too crazy goes on in high school, but got a tennis scholarship to play for full ride tennis. And so I went to BYU. Brigham Young University, for those who don't know, went there on a full ride tennis scholarship. My sister was actually the head coach there. So that's kind of why I decided to go there because BYU like wasn't a ranked school for tennis, but like I was recruited by like top 10, top 20 schools for tennis. Like tennis was my whole life, and you don't really see that on the show either if you watch it. Like some people don't even know, but like that is kind of like my identity. And both my sisters were D1 tennis players. My sister ended up being the head coach for BYU. So I ended up going there, keep it in the family, you know, but like my sister's like, you don't have a choice, you're coming here. So I went to BYU and I was in an abusive relationship my freshman year. And that kind of started in high school and went into my freshman year. So I went through an abusive relationship my first year there, and that was really rough. I went through a lot through that. And then I'm just making a long story short. And then I met, I got out of that eventually, met my son's father, and then he passed away in a car accident when I was almost 14 weeks pregnant. So it was quite the roller coaster. So that was all between like freshman and sophomore year. And I left BYU, I think it was winter semester of sophomore year, and went back to my parents' house in Orange County to kind of like figure out what I was doing with my life, because I was like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I feel like it was like the train derailed, and I was like, where am I going? What am I going to do for my job? Am I going back to school? Am I playing tennis? Like, I thought my life was over. And like, for a lot of people, they don't have as many options as I did. So like, I do say this in the book, but I do feel very privileged that I did have like parents who could support me and like that I had options. Like, so I ended up keeping my son, and my parents were the ones who kind of encouraged me, like, hey, like, you don't have to like stay here. Like, you can go back to college. Like, you can play D1 tennis. Like, we'll support you, you know? I am the baby of the family, so I do feel like I kind of had that luxury where my parents, like, my mom was a stay-at-home mom, so she's like, well, she's not really doing anything anyways. She's like, I'll just come with you. So then my mom came like up to Utah with me from Orange County and like lived with me and like helped me that first year. And then the second year, she still lived with me, but like I would use a babysitter too. So it kind of so that she didn't really have like to watch my son 24/7. So, because it's hard, like doing D1 sports while being like a student as well. Like my entire day was like booked. Like I was getting 4 hours of sleep every single night. Like it was insane. But I was young, so I feel like I could thrive off that. Like I was fine. Now, like when I get less sleep, I'm like, I want to die. So.
Die.
Yeah. So it's kind of it, like a nutshell.
Right. Wow. I mean, I can't even. You're like D1 tennis, college, and a new mom, all in one. It was a lot for sure.
Where does the Mormon aspect come in? Like, was your family practicing Mormons?
Yeah.
And
so
and
I grew up.
Yeah. Take us through that a little bit and what it was like to, because I know people that grew up Mormon. My mom's husband grew up Mormon, and he left the Mormon church, and they're married now. But I know there's a lot of different, I don't know, lack of better word, rules that go along with it. And what was that like for you at that age to make those kind of decisions? And how did that shape and form you?
Yeah, that was interesting now that I think about it. Like, so I grew up like Mormon and stuff, but like my family, and I always say this, like we're like the chill Mormons. Like California Mormons are a bit different than Mormons who are from Utah. I will just put that there. So like I feel like most Mormon households, like they're not watching rated R movies, like it's like modesty, like there's no tank tops really, things like that. And those are kind of just like the general guidelines. It's not like a rule. But like in my household, like we did all those things. So I played tennis a lot on Sundays instead of church because I was wanting to get a D1 scholarship. And so my parents were like, we had to play tournaments on the weekend or else you're never going to be a D1 athlete. So I grew up playing tennis on the weekends. Like I wore the tube top dresses to school dances and the bikinis. Like I had like a normal childhood. Like most of my friends weren't Mormon. Like they were different religions, like Catholic, like Christian, Jewish, like different religions. And so I'm actually super grateful for that because I feel like a lot of people who grow up in Utah kind of live in this bubble of like, it's all Mormons and like, that's what you're surrounded by. And you don't really know any different. So I do love that I was raised and being Mormon was never part of my identity. I feel like it has become more part of it because of the show. Like I've never talked about being Mormon so much my entire life because it just feels like normal. Like I'm like the only thing that's like really different is like we don't drink, we're not supposed to drink or like do drugs or have sex before marriage. Like those are like the biggest like guidelines or rules if you want to call them. But my childhood was like normal. But then I went to BYU and like I'll be honest, I was a very innocent kid. Like I had kissed like 5 boys going into college. Like I never really did anything like outside of marriage. Like I was like very innocent. I went to BYU and that's where things changed, which is crazy because BYU is a Mormon school. Right, so like, and you have to sign an honor code that says like, you're not going to break these rules. And so, which is so funny. My parents would have never suspected that I'd go to BYU and end up pregnant, but here we are. So my parents were still like fairly chill, I would say. And then I mean, of course, though, they were just not wanting me to break, like, I guess the major guidelines, which are like drinking and like sex before marriage. Like those are like kind of like the biggest ones where it's like, stay away from that. You know, my mom just told me growing up, she's like, don't have sex, like you'll get pregnant. And I was like, great. Like, but I wasn't really like educated on sex and stuff. So I feel like I was just kind of playing with fire once I was, you know, dealing with all that. And like, there wasn't a lot of resources for me either. So like Planned Parenthood, for example, was like, there was only one of them. It was in Salt Lake and they had like really weird hours. So like the hours that they had, I had class and tennis. So I could never like go get on birth control when I was sexually active. And then I was like, well, if I use my parents' insurance, they're going to know and be like, why'd you go to the OB? And I was just like, I like felt like I didn't have a ton of options. So I'd like try my best, but clearly that did not work for me. But when I did tell my parents I was pregnant, my dad kind of just like knew, like on the phone, he was like, are you pregnant? Like he just like has the parent sense, I guess. And then my mom was not happy. She was like, yeah, like my mom's more emotional though, you know? And then my dad's more like logical. So my dad's like, okay, like nothing we can do about it. Like, let's figure out how we're going to move forward. My mom's more just like, I just can't believe you would do that. Like, I can't believe that. But she got over it eventually. And my dad actually just read my book and he was like, saying how proud he is of me and stuff. And he's like, going through all of that, like made our family like better. Like we all became like better people, like going through like your trials together too, because the Mormon culture can be judgmental. Like it can be very judgmental. So it's like, I think my parents even like I would never consider them judgmental people, but I think like until I got pregnant, it really just like opened their minds and being like, wow, like no one's perfect. Like everyone goes through things like, you know, I think it really changed everyone in my family for the better. And so I mean, it was definitely like hard for them at first. Like they didn't really know what to do, like, and how to navigate it. Like back in the day, in their time, they were like, when people get pregnant outside of marriage, like they just like ship them off to like a farm with their aunt and they'd come back and be like, everything's great, you know? And so like, that's kind of how it was like in their era. So like, they didn't really know. They're like, okay, like we just kind of navigated it together. And I think they did the best that they could with like, what they've experienced in their life. I mean, there's certain things I'm like, oh, I wish it wasn't like this or that, but I think they did their best. And honestly, they were so supportive of me. Like, I think it took a little bit for my mom to be like, okay. Like, I think she just like, it randomly hit her that I was pregnant and I was like home from school and she's like, oh my goodness. But like, and then like, she just like, I don't know, she didn't care. My son, she treats like her actual child. Like she thinks it's like her last baby. Like even to this day, like, he is the favorite of hers. Like, it's very evident. So, and so, yeah. So honestly, my parents, like, as hard as it probably was when I first told them, just because they probably also had this like idea for my life and stuff, and it wasn't what was going on. I think that was obviously really hard for them too. But like, they navigated it really well, and like, they always supported me. They always gave me a choice. Like, it's your choice. If you want to do adoption, we'll support you. If you want to keep the baby, we'll support you. Like, whatever you choose, it's your decision. So I am super grateful for that, because I know not everyone was in that position. So overall, like, it ended up being, I think, the best it could be compared to maybe other Mormon families.
Right. And how old's your son now?
He just turned 10 last week. Aww. So like, it's so crazy. I know. It's like, I just can't believe he's getting so big, and he's like so fun. He's so sweet.
That's the same exact age as Olivia's oldest.
Yeah.
He's turning 10 this weekend.
On Sunday.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh
it's so crazy. I feel like, I don't know if it's a firstborn thing, because I feel like my son, you know how they say like middle child energy?
Yeah.
My firstborn has middle child energy, but like also like first kid energy. It's like, I can't explain it. He's like so wild, so out there, but then he's also just like the protector as well. It's like so interesting to see how these like kids like mold into little like adults almost. Like, I feel like he's a teenager, but he's like 10, like the way he talks and stuff.
Same.
But I do account it to the fact that like, I was a single mom, so like, I didn't have any friends that had kids. So I feel like he kind of grew up with adults like when he was little. So he kind of like acts like one already.
If you're still overpaying for wireless, it's time to say yes to saying no.
At Mint Mobile, their favorite word is no. No contracts, no monthly bills, no overages, no hidden fees, no BS.
Here's why I said yes to making the switch. I'm getting premium wireless for just $15 a month.
Ditch those overpriced wireless plans with their jaw-dropping monthly bills and sneaky fees. Mint's plans start at just $15 a month, and every plan comes with high-speed data plus unlimited talk and text, all delivered on the nation's largest 5G network.
You can even use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan, and you get to keep your number and all your contacts. It's an easy, stress-free switch.
Ready to say yes to saying no? Make the switch at mintmobile.com/ideas.
That's mintmobile.com/ideas.
Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent of $15 a month. Limited time new customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 GB on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details. Cooler days.
Yes.
Call for layers that last, and Quince is my go-to for quality essentials that feel cozy, look refined, and won't blow your budget.
Think $50 Mongolian cashmere premium denim that fits like a dream, and luxe outerwear you'll wear year after year.
I've been eyeing their wool coats. They look totally designer but cost a fraction of the price. And the quality, honestly, just as good or maybe even better than designer.
I want one. Because Quince partners directly with top-tier ethical factories and cuts out the middleman. They're able to deliver luxury quality pieces at half of the price of similar brands. It's a kind of wardrobe upgrade that feels smart, stylish, and effortless.
Find your fall staples at Quince. Go to quince.com/ideas for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns.
It's now available in Canada, too.
Woo woo! That's QUINCE.com/ideas. Free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/ideas.
And how do you feel about going back to your decision and with the church and everything you went through? I've always been fascinated by religion, like obsessed, fascinated, love to learn all about all the different kinds.
Yeah.
And the one thing I always question is when you make those choices, like it sounds like you had to support a family and everything, but what was that like internally for you? Did you experience shame and think, oh shit, I'm going to go to hell now? Or I don't know if they believe in heaven or hell or whatever it is. But like, was that spiritually hard on you, or did you feel comfortable with your choices to have sex? Like, what would you be teaching your children? Are you teaching them no alcohol, caffeine, tattoos, sex? Like, what is your moral stance on all of it today?
I think for me, like with my stance today is like I am still active in the church, but like my kids will be raised kind of how I was, where it's like a more chill environment. Like it's not going to be like, oh, and you have to do this and this. Like it's not going to be like according to like all the little things in the church, I would say. Like I have tattoos. Most people in the church actually drink caffeine. Like that one is kind of like it's not necessarily a myth. Like I don't know how to explain it because everyone drinks soda, but like it's just kind of like they don't want you drinking coffee, which I don't know why. I have no idea. It doesn't make sense to me. So I do drink coffee because I'm like, this is actually probably healthier than drinking a soda with artificial flavors.
Totally.
So like that one doesn't make sense. So like I don't follow that one at all. But as far as like sex and drinking and things like that, I feel like with me, I wish I was more educated on that. So like I'm still gonna be like, hey, like probably let's not do this for these reasons because like I think from my experience, like I learned from my experiences and I kind of understood, hey, it's probably not great to have sex before marriage because you can get pregnant. And also like it creates deeper feelings when you're like involved like that makes it hard, you know? So certain things like that but then like my kid does do it. I'm like, that's okay. Like I'm never going to judge them. I think my stance is like, even with alcohol being like, I don't want you to drink, but like if you do, like please tell me so I can help you. Like I never want you to drive drunk. Like I never want you to be in a position where you feel uncomfortable. Like let me come be there for you or pick you up, things like that. So I feel like I just want to have more open conversations rather than like growing up for me was like just don't do it. So like I want to like talk about it and make it like known in my house. Like these are things and they're normal, but like prefer you don't do it. But if you do, and I know we all make mistakes, like come to me, like I'm here for you. So like just having a very open environment for my kids is very important to me. And as far as like me, when I was doing all that stuff, like I did feel a lot of guilt and shame for sure. Like that was definitely a heavy feeling for me. But like, I didn't think like, oh, I'm going to hell or anything like that. Like I did feel the guilt and like the shame. I did feel when I had sex with a different partner, I was like, oh my gosh, like who's going to want me now? Because I've had sex with two people. So like I did feel the shame and guilt of that being like, oh my gosh. Cause like in the church, I think some of the blame and stuff falls on the women where it's like, oh, I should be more pure and like I shouldn't tempt the men and like all those things. And I'm like, I do not follow that. Like I am not going to be like that with my kids. And my mom like wasn't, but like it was kind of ingrained in a lot of the young women growing up in the church, I will say. And so like that's never going to be a thing in my household or part of like the way I feel. So I think like the church is becoming more progressive, especially with like even our show and like our voices. And I'm hoping that can help in those certain situations because yeah, no, it's not. I don't think it's a positive for women like growing up. So I think I'm just I don't want to say I'm picking and choosing certain things I want to follow, but like my belief with my religion is like, let's focus my religion around God and Jesus and like be a good person, a good neighbor, and like charity and things like that. And then I think that's what's most important to me with my religion, you know, not necessarily because I know a lot of the church is like the Book of Mormon and things like that. And that obviously is a part of it. But I like to take the core like fundamentals, which is kind of Christian, like the Christian aspects of the religion.
Right, right. Well, and you were speaking before, which like, and I think personally, I think it's awesome, like the openness with your children and everything. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like you're trying to find birth control, but you can't go to your parents with it. Like,
Yeah.
that in itself. Right. And I know everyone's different and how you grow up and the religion and everything plays a part.
Yeah.
But I do think it's cool that you're like willing to have those open conversations. So, you know, they feel comfortable coming to you.
Yeah.
I remember growing up, my best friend in elementary school was Mormon and I would go with her sometimes to the church and their functions and everything. And she was probably like the first person to start like doing stuff.
Yeah.
You know, with boys and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Which was like interesting. And I don't think she could ever have that. Or maybe she could. I don't know. But I just like grew up around it a lot. And it's just like an interesting dynamic. But the way the way you're modeling it now is to have those open relationships with your children.
And I feel like you have to because like, and my dad, I will say was like more chill. Like he found out I was like doing stuff with my first boyfriend and stuff. And it was like, hey, like, I get it. Like you're a teenager, like you have these hormones, like it's normal, it's natural. Like, so I think too, like he did approach it well with me when he she, found that out and stuff. But I think too, it's just like making your kid feel comfortable to come to you is like very important to me. And like my parents were fairly open. Like my dad did tell me like, hey, if you ever mess up, like you can come to me. But I just was like so deep in the thick of it. I just still didn't feel like comfortable enough to do that because I don't know, like I just didn't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
I didn't want my parents
Right.
to like yank me from college being like, you're screwing around, like come back home, you need to chill for a little bit. So I was like, I don't want to do that. I was like having fun,
Yeah. Well, clearly your parents are extremely supportive. I mean, your mom moved to Utah with you to help take care of your baby. And, clearly they're super supportive parents, which is amazing.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Also, I do think that if your job as a Mormon girl is to not tempt the men, you guys are failing miserably. Because, like, if we just look at the show and we look at MomTok and we look at all of that, it's like, and I like that. I'm like, you're bucking the system in a sense that you're allowed to be this religious woman, you're allowed to be a mom, and you're still allowed to be hot and fun, and you're not trying to conform to what, is expected of you. So talk to us about how the whole MomTok and the show, like I know there's so much drama that surrounds it, and just hip us to that a bit.
Yeah, I mean, so it's interesting.
Hip us.
We're in our 40s.
I love it. I was doing social media basically like while doing a full-time job. And I was like, I wanted to eventually take social media full-time because I wanted to be with my kids more and have more freedom and like not being in an office 9 to 5. And so I was doing social media. I was doing the TikTok thing, and I had like 1.2 million followers or something on TikTok just from like posting a lot during quarantine and doing all the things,
So many, guys.
I know, it's kind of wild. It's like I was doing that, and then I got invited to MomTok because I was friends with Miranda and Taylor, and so I went to do a little MomTok day. And at first I was like, I don't know if I can do this like MomTok stuff because I'm like, they like were making like these hot mom videos and their crop tops, and I was like, I don't know if I like will fit in. Like I'm not like a hot mom like them. I was like all embarrassed, and then so I went to like my first MomTok day, and they're like, oh, wear like a white crop top with these like with your black yoga pants. And I was like, I don't have a white crop top. And so I like had this white like sports bra. So I was like, I wore that, but I had to put a jacket over because I'm like, wait, I feel so like naughty or something. I don't know why. Like just becoming a mom, I feel like I got so used to just like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes you guys probably relate. Like you almost kind of lose yourself sometimes in motherhood, and like you forget like yourself and like what you want and how you want to feel. And so I feel like,
of course,
I always had that side to me where I wanted to like, feel sexy and things like that. But I just kind of like lost it when I became a mom. And I was like, oh, like moms don't do that anymore. Cause like that was just kind of the stereotype. Right. And like
my boobs are for milk. Yeah.
No, exactly. Right. I know. I'm breastfeeding right now too, so that definitely fills up. I'm like, don't touch, to like my husband.
Exactly. Things change. They do.
Yeah, and so I feel like when I did join MomTok, at first I was like, oh my gosh, like I felt like a little insecure, and then like as time went on, I'm like, wait, no, like I can be like Mayci, like the old me, like the one that wants to feel hot and sexy and like have fun and like stuff like that. And I just had so much fun. I was like, this is fun. Like I like met so many friends doing it, and it just became like a good time. And then obviously like the swinging scandal happened, and it was like, whoa, this is crazy. Like I was not a part of it. Like I kind of had a feeling it might be going on. I got like a weird vibe. And so I kind of guessed it before it happened. And then yeah, no, like, so like to make a long story short, I was talking to like one of the husbands and I were DMing because we were like friends. We like went on a double date. And then like all this stuff. So I was like, oh, like it's fun. He invited me to a cabin party. And I was like, oh, Jacob, like, would that be fun to go to? Like, and I was like, should I bring ski clothes? Like, I thought we would be like going skiing or like tubing, like outdoor winter sports or something. And they're like, oh no, like we're just gonna like kind of chill in the house. And I was like, oh, I got the vibe that like they were kind of just be like partying and stuff, which I'm like, that's fine. Like me and my husband both used to party, like we're comfortable around alcohol, like we're not weird, And but then the wife was like kind of like, oh, I don't know if there's gonna be enough beds for you and blah blah. But the husband the night before told me like, oh, there's so much room, there's like 40 rooms or something. So I was like, okay, I'm getting the vibe that like I'm getting uninvited without them saying that, so I was like, totally fine. When she said that, I was like, oh, don't worry, like my nanny can't come anyways, like don't even worry, even though that was a lie. I was like, I feel weird, like I don't feel like we should go, like I don't know. And so we didn't go, which I'm so grateful for now. But anyways, yeah, then the swinging scandal comes out. But I kind of had the feeling after that, I was like, wait, what if they're swingers? Like before the scandal came out, like based on the interaction, I just got a weird vibe. Like, I don't know. But then I was like, well, they're so young. Like these people are like 25. Like why, like usually when people are swinging, they're like older, right? So like typically, stereotypically. And so I was like, oh, it's probably silly. I don't want to start any rumors. But I remember telling like Michaela and Whitney, who are also on MomTok, like, what if they were swingers? Like something's weird. Like something weird's going on.
And how many of them were there again?
In MomTok or this one?
No. In the swinging scandal. Like how many couples were there where you're like, eh.
So like obviously Taylor, like in that one, Taylor, and then like Miranda, and then I didn't know the other people involved. Like, it was like they weren't in MomTok, and so, but like from that interaction, I was like, something feels weird. Like, and I was like, what if they're swingers? But I was like, I don't want to start any rumors. Like, don't tell anyone that I said this, you know. And then literally, I think it was a month later, the whole scandal came out, and I was like, oh my gosh, I knew it. I was like, this is crazy. Like, my intuition's so good. But
what's the scandal? I don't even know what the scandal is.
Rachel, Sarah Bilson.
I know.
Get with it, dude.
You're gonna have a whole like
deep dive
hole to go through after this.
Shit.
So you're gonna go through like a whole.
You got to watch the videos of the coming out. It's like a whole thing. Oh, okay. It's really good.
Then I have stuff to watch.
Well, that's like how we even got a show, kind of. It's like we were doing the MomTok stuff, and then like the swinging scandal happened, and then they're like all these producers were like reaching out, like, we want to make this a show, blah blah, like a MomTok thing, and like, so anyways, like there's a couple of girls that are involved in this like swinging scandal. It was soft swinging. They weren't like having sex.
Wait, what? What's soft swinging? Can you please
like no intercourse, right?
So it's like
just hooking up.
Like no intercourse, basically. Is like they're like making out with other husbands. Like some people, like I think like Miranda was only like making out and stuff like that, but like Taylor was doing more than that, but they weren't having sex when they were swapping, I guess. It's like it's like a whole rabbit hole to go down.
Who's the next Bachelorette?
Taylor. Yeah.
Taylor's the one who made the video coming out, which didn't feel fair that it felt like a coming out of all of you, but all of you weren't involved. So there was like a scandal coming out swingers.
Yeah, she basically went on a TikTok live and was like, everyone was having sex with everyone. She like was saying this whole thing, but like everyone thought it was like all of MomTok, which it wasn't. It was like her and another girl in MomTok, and then like other people that MomTok didn't even know. So it made us all look like swingers, anyways. But
so she was married though, and now obviously she's not because she's going on the Bachelorette.
Yeah, so she got divorced because basically like they were soft swinging, and Taylor kind of stepped out of her like arrangement with her husband, like their agreement that they had, you know, and she took it further with one of the guys that they were like swinging with. And so they got divorced, and then
I think I'm the only person like in this country that doesn't know the details.
You are.
Oh my god.
That's it. We found her. It's her.
You don't understand how long I've had the show downloaded on my iPad to binge on an airplane.
Oh my gosh, yes.
For so long.
Because then it will like all make sense.
I finally did it. I did it. I was like, I had a moment, and I was like in between shows, and I was like, let me just see what this whole swinging thing is about. And I lived in a community not that long ago where I found out that there was a bunch of swingers.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
And I felt really bad that nobody invited me.
Like,
I wouldn't have done it, but I want to be invited.
You want to be included?
I'm like, why didn't they invite us? Like, what's wrong with that?
Like, what the heck? How rude.
Like, I feel like we would be people you should invite, but no.
But they didn't choose you. It's okay.
Choose us.
That's
okay.
Maybe in the future in a different
I just would like to be invited, and I would like to decline the invitation, but I still want the invitation.
Yeah, you want to feel wanted, right?
Like, how did you feel when they canceled your bedroom? Were you kind of like, well,
no, I was grateful after, because I was like, I didn't know for sure they were swinging. That's when I got the vibe after. I was grateful because I'm like, well, then everyone would have thought I was involved, because people online were like sleuths, and they were like, if you was like at this part, they were like finding old pictures and like trying to piece things together of like who was involved and stuff. And so I was like, well, I'm glad that I didn't even have to like defend myself, because like I was basically like, I'm not a swinger, we're good. Like, and people still thought I was, like, and other girls in MomTok, even though we were like not involved at all. But like if I would have been there, even though I wouldn't have been part of it, like they probably would have been like, oh, she's guilty. Like they would have probably still thought like, oh, she was part of it. You know what I mean? Because people get that perception. So I was kind of glad I never went to one of those because I would have been guilty by association. But at the same time, I couldn't care less. I'm like, well, I didn't do it. So like, you can think what you want. Like, that's kind of my personality. But anyways, that was the whole scandal. And then from there, we had all these producers reaching out to do a show, and my management was like, let me handle it. And so they got us like with the best like production company, and like then they got us with Hulu and stuff. And then it turned into a show. So we did the pilot in, I think it was October 2022, or end of September 2022, and then we filmed the season January 2024. Yeah. And so it's been out for like a year, but like it's just kind of like, it's actually shocking to me like how much people like it, because it's like, I don't know, like when you're part of something, you're like, is it like that interesting? Like, I don't know. Like I watched the show, it was all right. Like, I don't know. The people like love it for some reason. I don't get it, but
it's my favorite kind of TV. I love reality television. Like I'm so excited. Like it's really been like the top of my list to binge it. And yeah, everyone is obsessed. Didn't like Mila Kunis recently come out and say she's like,
yes, she was like, ask me anything, I know everything about it. I was like, what? Like, this is so crazy.
It must be surreal. Yeah.
Those are actually the only kind I like, though. I don't like the competition-y, Love is like none of that interests me. But I like watching, like I liked your show because it's foreign. I think anything that's different, like even when the Kardashians first came out, the reason we liked it is because it's not our day-to-day life, right?
Yeah, yeah. No,
and so you're getting a glimpse into how other people live. And my whole thing is like, you guys are all moms, but all your hair is done, your makeup's done. I'm like, how?
Because I feel like Utah's kind of like that. Like, I feel like growing up in California, I don't know, like most of my days I don't wear makeup. Like if I have interviews or things like that, like I will, but like, I don't know. I feel like it's a different vibe growing up in California. Like you're by the beach, like you're kind of just like, I'm always in sweatpants and things. But in Utah, I feel like all the women are like so done up, like Barbie dolls. Like they're going to the grocery store, like full makeup, hair. And my mom is from Utah. So I feel like growing up, she was kind of like that. So like even now, like I went to go film the other day and me and her were like out like shopping and stuff. And she was like, I got called to film and she was like, wait, maybe we should just run home so you could put some makeup on. I was like, I don't care. I'm like, I'm going like this. I don't care. I'm like, I had no makeup on. I was like, I literally could give two shits. I'm going the way I am. I don't need to go put makeup on, because also that's real life. And so I think that's why people do like our show, is because most of us just like, you know, a lot of us don't even watch reality TV. Like I don't actually like. And so I think that's why people like the show, is because it's not like, no one's trying super hard to like overcompensate for cameras, right? And to like fight or throw drinks. Like everyone's just kind of like doing their thing, and like what happens naturally. But I think it's because we just share anything, like because it's just like what we do normally in our real lives. Like all of us are pretty much open books. We probably share too much. And so I think that's why the show does so well, is because that's just kind of like who we are. And we don't, I'm not saying in other shows they put on a face for the camera, but I feel like we kind of are just doing what we do, you know, and it works, I guess.
Yeah. What are the shows that you watch?
I do love like scripted like shows. Like I'm trying to think like ones that I really like. I always loved Breaking Bad. There's like an OG Vampire Diaries, Ozark. I like kind of like darker ones too. Like I love Ozark. The Last Kingdom, you know. I love like some good just like regular TV
drama,
shows. I don't really watch reality TV. Like I did watch some of like the dating ones. Like I watched like Too Hot to Handle and like those ones. And not all the time now. I feel like I watched their first seasons and now I'm like, I don't know. But I do love a good, like I like shows that like I have to keep watching in order for it to make sense. Like comedies for some reason don't get me, because I'm like, well, I can pick up episode like season 2, episode 5 and it's fine. I need a show that like I have to watch in order, because like that makes it so it's like you're captivated, right? Like I need that. So I do love shows and movies. Like I love entertainment like that.
Yeah. Same. I mean, but really, I only watch reality television.
I never watch reality TV, but I watch this, which is interesting. Because I don't like the drama ones. I don't like I've never actually seen an episode of Real Housewives. Like,
I haven't either, actually.
To me, you say Mormon, I'm like, I need to know.
Really? Why? That's like so funny to me.
Because it's part of my brain that is fascinated with cultures, like anything with a cult, anything with anything that's outside of what I know about, I want to know.
Yeah.
So
what do you think, like, when you watched our show about Mormons? Because I feel like a lot of the Mormon shows, like, our documentaries are, like, polygamy and like things like that. And I'm like, whoa, like that's not like real, like Mormons nowadays. Like that was Mormons like way, way, way back. And the people who do like polygamy are like the ones who are not part of the church anymore. But I feel like there's a lot of documentaries, right? Online about Mormons where I'm like, kind of makes us look a little freaky. Where I'm like, I feel like our show makes us like Mormons like normal, I want to say. So I feel like a lot of people in the Mormon community when our show is coming out, they're like freaking out, right? Because the preview was like drinking and swinging and people getting arrested, right? And the people in the Mormon church were like so mad until they actually watched the show and they're like, oh, like it's not all about that, you know? It's kind of showing like there's some people who do that, right, in our show, but like for the most part, everyone's on a different like spectrum with their religion, like in different phases, like from like ex-Mormon to like more devout to like kind of in the middle. And so I think that that's why I like our show, like because it kind of, I don't want to say it makes Mormons seem more normal, but like there are other documentaries that make us look weird. And so I'm like, if anything, like those who are freaking out should be grateful because the other shows don't make Mormons look great. So I don't know. What do you think?
I think it was really just regular, relatable, seemed like small town women doing women things, in my opinion. Yeah. But I think that was what was confusing for me is where does the religion come into play, which I didn't really see in the show. Yeah. But I think it's like you said, it's not your identity. It's just something that you're a part of, which is more relatable. Yeah,
no, exactly. So when we did film the show, like religion wasn't supposed to be a part of it. Like it wasn't supposed to be about Mormon wives. Like it's like when I was doing the pilot and stuff, I was just like our normal lives. And like it's basically supposed to be like moms who are on social media, being like the breadwinners, you know, things like that. And then when we were filming season 1, the like slate thing that they had said like Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And I was like, what the hell? What's that? And I was like, they better not be calling the show that. I was like freaking out because for me, I'm like, again, like Mormon's never been like a huge part of my identity. It's just like, that's just my religion, but it's never been like, I'm a Mormon and I'm going to make videos about it. Like, that's not how I've been. And so I was like freaking out. I told my parents, I was like, I think they might call it this. And they're like, you need to tell them to change it. My parents like, that is bad. Like, that sounds horrible. Like, and so, but I guess we just got to learn to trust them sometimes because I think that's what captivated people was the title of the show. And it like obviously like blew up and people were like, oh my gosh, like Mormon wives or whatever. And like, again, I was like dying, like even filming the cold open for season 1, as you see, like we're in the blue coats and stuff. I was freaking out. I was like, this is so embarrassing. Like people are going to make fun of us. And I was like, and we go into it. You think reality TV at least is so glamorous. We go into season 1 filming the opening for the show and we had to do like our own glam. There was no glam. Like it was freezing outside. We had like snot running down our noses and we're like doing this at the temple, which like you're not really supposed to film on. Like you film weddings there, but like I think if they knew what we were filming, they probably would have been like, get out of here. So we were telling people like there's other like members of the church coming up being like, oh my gosh, you guys are so pretty. Like, what are you here for? Because we're all wearing these matching blue coats. And I was like, we're like, oh, we're here for a wedding. We're just filming a wedding intro. Like, you're just like, didn't know what to say. Like, I just felt so weird, you guys, that like, I'm so surprised that it did so well because I was like, this is so embarrassing. And then like, clearly it worked out because like everyone loved it. Like, it was shocking to me that like people like that and they loved the intro and people were wearing blue coats for Halloween. And I'm like, what? Like, those blue coats haunted me in my dreams. And now they're like popular. Like, what? So it's kind of crazy, the whole thing, honestly.
But did the church, like the temple, were they pissed because you lied and you like shot that there? Did anything come of that?
I mean, I haven't heard anything that they were mad. I think like, at least during the time, the people who were like coming outside that like worked the temple, like, you guys are so pretty. We're like, yeah, we're just bridesmaids. Like, I don't know. I hope they didn't seem mad. And I never heard anything like after of them being mad, but I don't think they really knew what we were doing until they maybe saw on TV.
There wasn't any kickback from the church or the cult community in Utah or anything about the show?
Oh no, like there was, but like it was when the trailer came out. So this was like last August, the trailer dropped. But the trailer, if you watch it, it's kind of like makes it seem like we're Mormon wives who are swinging and partying every day and like getting arrested because it shows like Taylor getting arrested in the trailer, right? And so I think people were obviously upset because they're like, that's not like who we are. And so I do understand from their perspective, seeing just the trailer, they're like, oh my gosh, like these people are making it look like Mormons are this and they're not. And like, the church did release a statement. It didn't call out our show specifically, but it was our show was coming out, and then that movie Heretic was coming out, which shows like missionaries in it. And so they released a statement. I forgot exactly what it said, but it was basically saying like, as like, you know, we don't like, I had to look it up. I can't even remember. It was something about like, we don't promote this, like we don't agree with it kind of thing. But again, they're releasing this statement, like not having seen the show. And I guarantee you leaders in the church saw it. I mean, it's not like they'd be like, yeah, let's promote it. But like, they wouldn't be like, oh, this is like not who Mormons are. This is bad, you know, because they're just saying that based off the trailer. And so before the show came out, I will say I did get a little anxious because I was like, holy crap, like, is this bad? Like, should I not have done this? Like, I got like really nervous.
Sure.
And then it came out and I was like, oh, like, it's no big deal. Because I didn't see it until it was out either. Like, we didn't get to see the show season 1 or 2 before it came out. It's like, we're watching it like with the people watching it. And so I didn't know how it was going to be edited. So I started getting like really nervous because I'm like, I don't want to be like sacrilegious or people to think that I'm like bashing the church because like, I love being a part of it. Like, I don't agree with every single thing, but I'm not like against it. So like, I did get really nervous. And then it came out, and I feel like for the people who did watch it, who are Mormon, like they loved it. Like most of them, they're like, "Oh, like it wasn't like the trailer. Like we didn't, you know, that's a little bit of it, but like it's not as bad as I guess they thought it was gonna be."
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, well, usually, as you know how television goes, they cut the trailer to get people.
I get it, yeah. I mean, it was juicy. Like I watched the trailer and I was like, dang, this looks good, but like
Got me.
not realizing like because I know I'm not a swinger, right? It's like from my perception, I was like, I didn't think anything of it. But when I looked at it from an outside perspective, I'm like, oh, they all think we're swingers. I didn't even think about that until like I changed my perspective on it. And then it made sense why people were kind of mad.
Here's the thing that, oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was just going to say the thing about swinging that's hard, I've never done it, but the thing that would be hard is it has to be an even match.
Mm-hmm.
You know? You can't just like agree to go to a swingers party and then end up with some random that you're like, but I got the bunk deal.
Yeah.
Like
there are like
how does that work? You know?
I don't know. From like what I've heard, there is like a swinging community in Draper, Utah. I don't know what that entails, but like there are rumors about swinger parties and things. And there's like this gym called the Treehouse Gym where apparently like a lot of swingers meet. I don't know. I don't know because I'm not a part of it, but I was, I guess, in a way for a little bit with my friend doing it a little bit.
Are you close with Taylor in real life?
Yeah. We're honestly, most of us are very close in real life. Like there's obviously times where like friendships change and things like that. But like I'm really close. Like Michaela and I are best friends, and we were good friends before MomTok even started. So her, and then I'm pretty close with Jesse and Taylor is what I would say is like the closest.
So you're going to watch her season of The Bachelorette?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like, I'm going to probably host a watch party. I feel like that's going to be reality TV gold. Like I haven't watched Bachelor honestly since COVID, but
yeah, I think same for me. Yeah.
Yeah. But I do feel like she's kind of going to revamp Bachelor and make it super popular again, because I think she's going to kill it because she's just unapologetically herself. And that's why we love Taylor, is because she just says it how it is. Like it can be brutal. It can be really nice. Who knows? So I'm really excited to see.
Yeah, I think it was smart of them to like get her to be the next Bachelorette.
100%. And because she has a platform to promote the show. So I feel like she has what, like almost 6 million followers on TikTok. So it's like they have natural promotion with her just being the Bachelorette, right?
Wow.
Like I think it's a very smart move.
Crazy world we are living in.
Do you guys ever get competitive with one another? Like, is that real or is that all just made up?
I don't think so. I mean, like, at least I don't feel it, because I mean, I was competitive with tennis and that, like with sports, I'm competitive, but when it comes to like career and stuff, like I'm not, you know? And I do feel like maybe season 1, maybe it felt more like that because everyone's like wanting opportunities, right? And then like now they're kind of all here for everyone. So I feel like there's no need to be competitive. I mean, there's still probably people who feel that internally and stuff, but I don't feel it. But I mean, I can't speak for everyone on that one.
Right. How did you meet your husband?
I met him when I was still at BYU. So I had just had my
party.
son.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm like at one of those parties. Yes, I just had my son, so I was a single mom, and my friend was kind of hanging out with him first. So like, I didn't steal him, but like subconscious, maybe, I don't know, maybe a little bit. So she went to Australia. She lives from Australia, so she went back to Australia for like when school ended, and he ended up selling door to door pest control sales in California. So he was like living 10 minutes from my parents, and me and him were friends at this point. And none of my friends came home from college because they'd all like kind of stay in their college towns. And so I was like, had no friends that summer. And so I think I texted him, was just like, hey, like if you and your like work buddies want to come over and hang out at my parents' house after work, like let me know. And I did ask my friend if I could text him first. Like I was not like just doing things behind her back, just to be clear.
That's cool.
And so yeah, so he came over with his guy friends. We'd like jacuzzi, like watch movies, whatever. And then eventually he started coming over alone that summer. And I was kind of like, okay. And I definitely had a crush, but I was like, I'm not going to go there. I don't want to ruin my friendship with my friend. And then she ended up texting me that summer and was like, this is so random, but I feel like you guys would actually make a really cute couple. So I was kind of like, okay. So she's like, okay with it. All right. But I still was like, me and him were good friends. Like we've been hanging out for 2 months. Like I did not want to break the friendship, you know. But then one night I was like, you know what, whatever. And so I just like flirted with him. So I'm like, I'm not making the first move. Like, we'll see how he receives it. So I just like flirted with him one night in the jacuzzi. And then I think the green light clicked in his head because he also didn't want to make a move. He said, because he didn't want to like make it weird because he like kind of saw my friend and didn't want to create any problems and whatever. And so he made a move. And then like the rest is kind of history. Like we didn't. Then I was kind of like, didn't want to officially date him, you know, because I was like having fun. Like I was like single mom for a while and I had boyfriend after boyfriend. And I kind of just wanted to be single. So, and then he kind of was like, yeah, like I want to be together. And I'd be like, let me think about it. And then, you know, a couple of weeks would go by and he'd ask again. And I'd be like, no, I just want to like be single. But then I still dated him and other guys. And I was like, he's the best guy I'm dating. Like he's literally an angel. Like I would go to leave for a tennis tournament and I'd come downstairs in the morning and there'd be like breakfast on my porch waiting for me, like things like that, like all the time. Like he was so good with my son too. And like, you know, he was just like honestly by far the best guy I've ever dated in my entire life. So I was like, it's kind of a no-brainer. So eventually I was like, let's try it out, you know, see how it goes. And like obviously then the rest is history. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's so sweet. And you made the choice. Like that's like the kindest one. That one's treating you the best. And I think that's really cool.
I also had to get out of like I like the bad boy phase. I had to get out of that too. So I was like, let me just take some time to be single, process that. And like being a mom did change my type. I was like, I need someone who's going to be responsible, someone who wants to be a father, like someone who's a good person. Like, so I think I had to really like hone down on that. I think it's just because he was so good that I wasn't used to it. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I'm not used to someone who treats me so well. And it's like always there for me. Yeah. So attentive and sweet. And yeah, so I think, but he was by far the best. And to this day is like the best. He's such an angel. He's so great.
That's so sweet. And how old are your other 2 kids?
Yeah, so I just had a baby, so she's 2 months old.
Oh my God.
That is just.
Oh my God.
Yes, so I just had a baby. So if you hear her crying in the back, that's her. I think he's trying to make her a bottle right now. So I had her. She's 2 months old. And then I have my daughter is 4. And then my son is 10.
Right.
So 3 of them.
Wow.
That's amazing. So and how is he? He's good with your son? Is that like dad?
Oh, yeah. No, like he's been around since. So I didn't let them meet right away because I was weird about like bringing guys around my kid. I didn't want them to think like, who's this guy and who's this guy? Like I was really protective over that. So I finally let him, not by choice, because he kind of allowed himself to meet him. He just like showed up where I was eating one night. So I was like, oh, okay. Like, but he was always so good with him from the beginning. And so he's been in his life since he was like 10 months old.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And my husband was 20, like he's a year younger than me. So like I was 21 and like he was 20 and he was 20 years old, like basically wanting to take on a kid, which is crazy to me. But like 20 years old, like when I think back, I'm like, that is actually so crazy of you, honestly. But, again, he's like just like the best guy. Like my son loves him to death. Like that's all he knows. Like that is dad, you know, and he knows that he has another dad who's like his biological father. So he knows that. And like we see his other side of the family as well, like the grandparents and stuff like that. So like he knows he has both sides and that it's just normal for him, which is really great.
Does he call him dad though?
Yeah.
That's his dad. Okay. That's so cool.
Yeah,
he's so lucky he got a good dad.
I know, he really is. Like it honestly worked out the best it could considering like the circumstances of what happened.
Yeah, it really did.
For sure. And and then he has a relationship with his biological father's family. I think.
No, exactly. And it's like really honestly just part of his identity now. He just knows like he has. I'm like I'd always be like, isn't it cool? Like you have 2 dads. Like that is pretty special. Like that's really cool. And he's like, yeah, no, it is. Like he like loves it. It's like to tell people about it.
Well, yeah, it's a positive like take on it. I think it's so cool.
Yeah.
And at 20 years old, your frontal lobe isn't even developed, people.
I know. It's crazy.
He's got a good one. He's got a good
He got a good,
lobe.
that guy's got good frontal lobe, let me tell you.
Yeah, I know, exactly. I know.
And so baby mama behind you.
Oh, yes. That is my business. So I have like a natal nutrition business for women. So we have like different supplements for your journey through motherhood. And our most recent one's called Every Mama. So it's like a multivitamin that doubles as a prenatal. So you can take it if you're pregnant, you can take it any stage during your life. And it's a gummy because I genuinely like kind of hate taking pills and like they always get stuck in my throat. So I was like, let's make a gummy. And it's clean, like vegan, non-GMO, gluten-free, like no artificial colors, sweeteners, all the things, because I'm a girl who like picks and chooses her battles. Like I love to have a good crispy Diet Coke, which I know is not great for you.
Too.
So I'm like, the things I can control, like the skincare, having natural ingredients, like my supplements, like things like that are easy switches. Like that's what I try to do. So that's kind of like the idea behind the brand is like, yeah, it's a gummy, but like it's clean, you know, and like we can pick and choose what we want to do.
I love that though. You're like, but I'm still going to have my Diet Coke. But
100%.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like this crazy health guru, but like I do have health anxiety quite a bit. So like certain things that I want to enjoy, like a Diet Coke, I will have, but like I will try to make sure all my other things are as clean as I can have them. Like food and drinks are the hardest for me to like be good with, like eating and stuff. But like certain swaps, like swapping out like plastic dishware, swapping out like things like that are easy, right? So like that's what I try to do. That's why I always say I pick my battles.
Yes.
80-20 rule.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Very smart. But we hear your newborn crying, and
sorry.
I'm sure you're like, I got to get to her. So
yeah.
Thank you so much for being here with us. And what a story. I'm so excited to binge. I mean, now I'm actually like motivated to do it. I've been like, very excited about that. And everything you're doing is awesome. So
thank you. Well, you're going to have to DM me and tell me how you like it or if you hate it, whatever. I don't care. Just tell me. I'm curious now.
She will not hate it.
No, I will tell you that much right now. It is totally up my alley. But yes, I will let you know.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much. It was so fun chatting.
Thank you. So fun. And I can't wait for more binging.
Okay. All right. We'll see you guys.
Awesome.
Thank you. Bye.
Who was I talking to yesterday? Was it you? Where you don't say grown-ups' names as much as you say... Oh, no, it wasn't you.
No.
Like how you remember people's names. Like a lot of times you like meet someone and whatever and you see them again. You're like, wait, is there a name? And you stop yourself. You're like, no, I know it, but you don't say it. But with kids, I always know kids' names. And we were trying to figure out why is that? Like Briar's soccer team, I knew all the kids named after the first or second practice.
Okay. Never thought of this, but just a theory.
Okay.
Is it that names are more unique now? And
that's one theory. Mine was that you say kids' names more than you say adults' names.
You do.
Like you don't see an adult and you're like automatically saying, but you're always calling like a kid or like talking to your kid about the kid.
Yeah.
Right?
And in sports, you're like, go Quince. You're not like doing that to the parents. You're not like, Gary.
Yeah. On the bleachers. Like, go Gary.
Right.
Gary's kid. You're like, no, you have the kid's name and you're Gary's dad.
And
I mean, you know what I mean? I said that
Yeah,
wrong.
but I also think like all the dads' names are interchangeable too. Whereas the
like
kids'
your point
names...
to that names are more unique now.
Yeah.
They are.
I feel like they are.
For sure. Even our
and
kids
you hear
have
your
unique
kids
names.
say them all the time.
Yes.
And you're like, which one is that?
Yeah, exactly.
Tell me about that one. And so you know a bunch about them.
And you make more of an effort because you're like, I bet it means more to the kid that you know their name than like an adult. Well, then maybe adults care too, but I don't know.
The funny thing is that...
But isn't it kind of interesting?
It's very interesting.
Like never thought about it before in my life.
But also the kids, I don't feel like know our names.
Never.
Because they're always like, Shepard's
Elliot's
mom. Elliot's mom.
Briar's mom. Yeah. But I don't care.
Ew.
What? What?
I found out the kids were playing Smash or Pass on me.
What?
Yeah. And one of the kids was like, Elliot, You have a crush on your own mom because we played Smash or Pass and you said Smash.
Because he didn't know what it meant. He didn't know what it meant. Oh, but still, he's gonna smash you, like in his mind.
Well, I think he I don't know. I was uncomfortable, and I was like, "You guys, one, shouldn't be playing that game, and two, like, don't get your mom's name out my mouth." You know? I was like, "What is happening here?"
Oh my God, it's so different having boys and girls.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Smash or Pass?
And they were all like, "Oh, you have a crush on your own mom."
Because he didn't know what it meant.
He didn't know
What
what
was the other thing that he
meant.
didn't know what it meant that we taught? That was like a year or two ago.
Which one? When he said that he was a lesbian.
He said he was a lesbian.
Because he didn't know his astrological sign was Libra. He just took the L and was like, "I'm a lesbian."
That's the best.
That was my favorite.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Oh my goodness.
I'm a lesbian.
And I'm going to smash my mom.
Oh, poor guy.
Oh, he didn't
know. How could he know?
Why are those kids at that age playing
they
Smash
don't know
or Pass?
either. They don't know either.
What do they think it means?
I think
Did you ask that question?
I think they just think it means like,
No.
is she cute or not?
Okay.
And I think that he was probably like, my mom's cute. You know? He didn't know.
He didn't know it meant the banging of the mom.
Ew.
I know.
That's despicable.
I know. He didn't know.
Well, they should, the thing is that kids don't know what they're saying.
No.
Mm-mm. I doubt your daughter and her friends are playing Smash or Pass.
Yeah. I don't think that's happening over there. But some of her friends are like boy crazy.
Are they?
A little bit.
Okay. Well, yeah,
She's not.
No.
She's like could care less.
It's great. Keep that as long as possible.
I intend to. Quite the opposite of me. It's shocking that she's going to be 11.
Yeah.
And like if I see her at her age and if I look back at me at my age, it's so different.
We're thanking God for that.
Thank our lucky stars.
We are thanking our lucky stars for that.
We are.
I think about that all the time of like how different our kids are growing up than we did.
Mm-hmm. Even though it's the same like location.
Yeah, but it's different.
It's different.
It's different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting a little bit more of it where I am.
Yeah, you are.
Also
boys are different. I don't know.
Yeah, but there's a whole group of boys that aren't, that are like the jocks and that are very into sports and like that. Like they're not.
Elliot's more like.
He's a little riggedy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's a little riggedy.
Yeah. We like it
though. But why?
Because he's so cute.
I know, but like we wouldn't like it if Briar was a little riggedy.
No.
Right?
Right.
There is a difference.
Yeah.
Oh my God, imagine if Briar was a little riggedy.
No.
We would be like, nope.
Nope.
Shut it down, people.
Lock her in her tower.
Lock her in her tower.
That's right.
Yeah.
I like that you're calling it riggedy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's riggedy.
it's riggedy.
Yeah.
What else?
So much else. What else?
Are you reading your book?
Well,
Can you talk about it for a second?
here's the problem.
Okay.
Every single solitary time
Mm-hmm.
I sit down to read it,
Mm-hmm.
I hear, Mom, can you get me watermelon? Mom, can you do this? Like someone enters the room and stops it. So the only time I have to do it is once they go to sleep.
And you fall asleep.
It's really hard to stay awake when the sun goes down.
Oh, I agree.
So when do you do it?
Well, when she had a friend over, they were just playing. So I took the book.
Right.
Yeah. And I read really fast. Okay. Well, you need to get on it. And anyone listening, if you want to join the book club, Lit Broads.
So many people have asked, like, what does that mean? How do I join? What do I do?
Right.
Tell us, Rachel.
You get the book.
That's the first step.
And you read the book.
Second step.
And we are currently under construction of our website. Everything's going to be up and running by the time you finish the book, which for the month of October. We just wanted everyone engaged, reading the same book so we can talk about it. And there's more to come, which is all happening in real time.
Yeah. So basically, you really don't need to do anything other than get the book and read it.
Yes.
If you want to join the Discord, you can and have conversations with other book clubbies. And then we're going to do something on Patreon, and we're going to do a mailing list and all that fun stuff. But
we're going to we have a newsletter. We have a lot of things coming, and they're all being worked on right now. Like, it's all happening.
Yeah.
And we even have stuff banked that if you join, it's all coming. It's just that we're in the process of get the book and read it right now. So everyone should be reading.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
And where do they tune into that? Like, where are they going to get new information of what to do?
Well, we will have our mailing list, which is you subscribe through our email, which is
not working.
Well,
no,
it is.
Just
working.
go to the Instagram page, follow Lit Broads, so that's where we'll be putting out what you should do next.
Okay, that's
right?
easier.
I think that's
easiest.
And if you want like a really dialed in type A book club, we can make some recommendations for you because it's not going to be this one.
Well, I will tell you.
Yeah.
We are a fun time.
That's what I'm saying. It's more like, let's do this together. We're going to build it together, grow together, read together, and have fun together. But like, I've heard that there's been some like irritation on like, what do I do? So
you read.
You just read.
We like to talk about what we read.
I'm 5 pages in.
She's only read 5 pages. I read mine the first day. Done.
Correct.
Finished. I'm going to have to read it again at the end of the month because I have no memory. For those who know me and have listened for a long time, I have zero memory. I'm going to read it again in a day at the end of the month.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I did have to go to Magic Mountain and 2 baseball games.
There's no excuse.
I only went to 1 baseball game. It's the first time I missed a game.
You missed a game?
It was at 8 a.m. the day after Magic Mountain. And Jeff...
Did Elliot go?
It was Shepard's game.
Did Shepard? Oh, well, he didn't go to Magic Mountain.
He didn't go to Magic Mountain.
So he went and Jeff took him.
Yeah. And I felt bad. I've never done that. But I did go on 20 roller coasters. So
you earned your sleep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my bones felt like they were breaking.
Yeah. The fact that you went on all of them is like amazing.
I like a roller coaster.
I love a roller coaster.
You do?
Love.
Me too.
I just, after having Briar, I can get motion sick sometimes, but I still go.
I only got like slightly motion sick on one and it went away really fast.
Yeah.
I think it was like Batman.
Yeah, or Riddler's, like those
the Riddlers.
two. Riddler's Revenge at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
It's very loopy.
It's
so fun.
But the one, what was the one you asked me if I did?
The Tatsu.
Yeah. That one was nuts.
You like lay down flat like you're flying. Like, so you're
dangling upside down like a bat.
Oh, you're upside down?
At one point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you go upside down.
Mm.
And then there was another one where you go upside down and then they leave you upside down on the loop and make you pause and like really freak out about where you are and then boom. There was one operator of the machinery that was so good at his job.
What does that even look like?
I mean, the announcer. He'd be like, "Are you guys ready? Too bad." And then just shoot people off. Or he'd be like, "Knock, knock, who's there? Not you."
Oh my God.
He had a different thing for each.
How many times did you ride this ride?
It was waiting in line. You got to hear him blast off all these people,
That's
you know?
Cute.
And I was like, this guy is having a good
time. That's Magic Mike.
Oh.
Oh. Magic Mountain. You see what I did there? All right, make us stop. Okay, goodbye.
That was a HeadGum podcast.